Yo, good afternoon, or good morning, rather, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. A day after Mamelodi Sundowns drop massive points against siwelele, because siwelele is one of those teams that are struggling in the league, and the fact that like they were able to hold Mamelodi Sundowns to a 1-1 draw and scoring the first goal in the game, it tells you all that you need to know about Mamelodi Sundowns' current situation, because it can't be right that like we keep dropping points like this and the coach's job is still safe, because I don't feel like this guy even feels like his position at Mamelodi Sundowns as the head coach is under any threat whatsoever. He's so comfortable. He is so comfortable, and it really worries me that like with the way he's so comfortable, I can't see the team improving. The team is not improving. We continue to play poorly. We don't create enough chances. There's no style of play. There's a favoritism that is going on in the team, because right now, tell me why we rejected an offer from the Portuguese team for Letlagu, and all of a sudden Letlagu doesn't even make the match day squad. Why can Mutlagu, who we rejected an offer, actually a very good offer from Portuguese league, we really just ruined the poor boy's career. For what? What was the reason for Mamelodi Sundowns not to accept Gutwan Letlagu's offer? Why was the reason for Mamelodi Sundowns not to sell Gutwan Letlagu? Because we're not using him. At some point, we need to put our love for the team on the side and actually question the people that are making decisions at the top level of Mamelodi Sundowns. Because here we had a player that had so much potential, that still has so much potential, rejected an offer. I am say that like, okay, we're rejecting Kutlan Lehlaku's offer and to bid, but then we're not gonna use him. We're not gonna use him, and it's the guy, the boy still is not even in the match day squad. It's not even the match day squad. And now we have a team like Tembazon is back. We have Nuno Santos. We have all these players. It's gonna be even more difficult for Kutlan Lehlaku to break into this team. But I don't really want to talk about that. But I just something that like I thought I should talk about, because I saw someone earlier on Twitter said Mamelodi Sundowns is using all these foreign players. This guy cannot just like, he cannot just lose us points and lose us cup titles and leagues, and it just be a business as usual. The fact that like a coach won us the league in the African Super Cup or Super League, and and we deem that not good enough. What about the guy that does not win anything? What about the guy that like has made this team to lose its identity, the way we play? What about the guy that like, I mean, losing, drawing against Willie, it feels like a loss. I know it was a draw, but we drew against Willie. Yes, I know it was a mistake of Ronan Williams, but then I don't want to even use that as an excuse. Yes, the Avungile Tom was also, he cost us the game because he gave Tebo Mokoena a red card that should have never ever been a red card. But those are the issues. Yes, I accept that. But then right now, let's face what we're facing right now. The coach, the coach, the team is not improving. Ever since the guy took over the reins at Mamelodi Sundowns, we have been on a, there's been a slippery slope for us. It has been a slippery slope for us going downward. And the fact that like his position as the coach of Mamelodi Sundowns is not under threat, it really puzzles me. Because if it was any other person, if it was any other coach from Africa, he would have been fired by now. He would have been fired by now. And I don't know if there's been one Mamelodi Sundowns fan that is actually backing this guy. The fact that like we have opposition Cardoso, what a coach. The guy has almost a year coaching Mamelodi Sundowns. Almost a year as the Mamelodi Sundowns coach. Do you see any improvement? Do you see any style of play? Are you seeing any hope of this team improving? Right now, we are 2 points behind Orlando Pirates, with Orlando Pirates having a game in hand. If they win that game in hand, then we are 5 points behind Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates team that is not going to be playing the CAF Champions League. Orlando Pirates team that has so much squad depth. Orlando Pirates team that has a style of play. Orlando Pirates team that creates ample of chances. Orlando Pirates team that like can't lose against Mamelodi Sundowns. They came here to Pretoria. They drew against. That's what that they're playing against a top team or a small team. They will get the required results. They will get the results. It used to be something that, like in the previous seasons, I would know that, like, yes, Orlando Pirates they can play better against Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs, but they will lose those games that like we don't really expect them to lose. But then again, another thing is that like yes, Orlando Pirates might play better against Kaizer Chiefs and other small teams, but then they can't beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns will always get maximum points against Orlando Pirates. That that's not the case anymore. It's not the case anymore because this Orlando Pirates team, the way they're playing, you can see that like they're determined. You can see there's a competition for places in that Orlando Pirates team. Every player that gets an opportunity to be in the starting 11 of Orlando Pirates in that Orlando Pirates team, they take the opportunities. They want to score. They want to create chances. They want to give their all so that like they can maintain their place in the starting 11. You can't say the same with this Mamelodi Sundowns team because a player like Tashir Matthews, the guy who is just consistently inconsistent. Because how is this guy in this in the starting 11 and also finishing playing the entire 90 minutes? That does not make sense to me. It just does not make sense to me because that's the issue that I've always had with Tyson Matthews, even last year. Is that like yes, he can come through, score 2 goals, and then he will disappear in the next 4 games or 5 games. It's better for him to not even score those 2 goals, but then at least give me 7 out of 10 every match. Give me 7 out of 10 every match. Create opportunities, score because he also another thing that frustrates me with more is that like Tyson Matthews is that like he gets opportunities, he will miss them. He will miss them. And I'm like, bro, just be serious about your football. Be serious. Like he strikes me as someone that like does not really care, man. He does not really care because some of the chances that he misses are just like, how the hell do you miss that? I'm gonna talk about Ronan Williams. Is it complacent with Ronan Williams? Is it lack of hunger with Ronan Williams? Because we keep seeing these mistakes being repeated over and over again. And it gets to a point where like now you have to question him as well. Because right now the team is exposed. Like we have to question everyone because he did the same thing in the Club World Cup against Dortmund. If he doesn't give that ball away, Mamelodi Sundowns actually go and draw against Dortmund, if not win that game. Yesterday, if Ronan Williams doesn't make the mistake that he made, Mamelodi Sundowns goes and win that game against Will because we dominated the game. We dominated that game. But then yes, we were dominating the ball. We had ample of ball, but then we're not creating chances. We're not creating enough chances. Yes, you can say like yes, the further like you have position of the ball, eventually the goal will come. But are we a team that like now going to be depending on scoring 1 goal, beating Siwelele by 1 goal to nil? Are we a team that like now we just content with having ball position but are not creating anything and not threatening the opposition? Because we had 78%. 78% ball position. But then how many chances did we create? How many times did we try the goalkeeper? How many times did Ricardo Goes make saves? He did not have any saves to make. Hardly made any saves. So it tells you that, like, yes, we had ball position, but then we were not impactful. We did not do anything. We were not threatening. There's a lack of imagination in our front line. Nuno Santos, I'm still not convinced with Nuno Santos. Yes, I know he scored 2 goals against Lipopo, but if we're really being honest, his performances have not been really, really convincing. And maybe you can say, like, but then you're trying to compare Nuno Santos with Lucas Ribeiro, two different type of players. But then again, those are the standards. If maybe we're gonna be recruiting you and importing you from the Portuguese league, you have to give us something that we don't have currently in the team. You have to give us something that we don't have in the team. Resino, I, I don't look. Maybe they need time to adjust, but so far, especially Resino, I have not seen much of him, man. And the thing is, we had Escovel. I thought Escovel was much better. It just did not get opportunities to play. But then with the little that I've seen from Escovel, I thought his performances, I thought they were impressive. But then with Resino, bro, it's those players that are, like, even on the field of play, you kind of forget that, like, oh, Konjo, we have this guy who dons number 7. He should be a good player. He should be like a decent football player. But the way he has been playing so far, I'm not convinced. And yes, you can say, like I said, he still needs to adjust, but there's no time for that. There's no time for that because the league, Orlando Pirates is busy picking up maximum results. Orlando Pirates is busy collecting maximum results while we are busy giving people a chance to adjust to the league. Timbers on his feet. Why not play Timbers on? We have Litlak. Why not play Litlak? We have Mabena. Why not play Mabena? We have options. I mean, Jaden Adams. I feel sorry for Jaden Adams. Pelele Mkulisi. I feel sorry for these players, man, because they are not gonna get opportunities. Maseko. We still have Maseko. Yesterday's game, we could have done something. We could have Maseko would have been much player on the white on in the position that, like, Resino was playing. Maseko would have given us much better than Resino gave us yesterday. The thing is, this coach is just trying to show on these players, man. He's trying to show on Miguel. Nuno Santos and Resino, and you don't just, like, they need time. You don't just, like, introduce two players coming from a totally different league and expect them to be impactful instantly. It's gonna take time. You need to be slowly, gradually embed them into the team, not just shoehorn them like that. Resino, he finds himself like it's like in no man's in no man like he's just confused. He doesn't know what to do. You have to slowly, gradually introduce these players. We have much better players on the wing. Mabena can play there. Mabena can play there. Lisaku can play there. Masako can play there. Tapelo Marana can play there. We need results. Oh man, so frustrated, man. Honestly, it is so frustrating. The way the place that we're finding ourselves right now, it was not even this bad under Mangoba Mngiti. It was never this bad. It was never this bad under Mangoba Mngiti. Look at our form. We are so inconsistent. Drawing games, losing games, winning here and there. Look at Orlando Pirates. Look at Orlando Pirates. This draw was against Mamelodi Sundowns, and prior to this draw against Mamelodi Sundowns, they have been on a winning form. W's only for Orlando Pirates. W's only. I think we need to concede. We need to accept that, like, the league is gone. For me, the league is gone. I don't have any hopes or think that, like, we'll regain and recuperate the points that we have lost. It's not gonna happen. Yes, I know there's still a long plenty of games to play, but our schedule is gonna get even more difficult and tighter in the next into second leg of the league. You have Nedbank, you have CAF Champions League, you have the league. It's not gonna be easy for Mamelodi Sundowns to catch Orlando Pirates. And another thing that I want to talk about is that like this guy, man, Awangile Tom, what an idiot. What an idiot, man. The guy is just, oh my days. He oh man. How is this a red card, man? Like, how is this a red card? Like, the guy is just clueless, man. Honestly. He made a contact with the ball. He touched the ball. This guy is just, oh my days. How is that a red card? And also, this guy, this Willele player who, and that's simulation, man. That is simulation. Uh, and again, I won't be surprised if I the referee come this weekend. I won't be surprised because that's what this league continues to do, of rewarding this mediocrity, rewarding these corrupt referees. I won't be surprised if Avongile Tom will be the match official on Saturday, Orlando Pirates against Marumo Galan. I won't be surprised. It won't surprise me. The fact that like he made such a this is a crucial decision, and the fact that like this was not a last man. He was not the last man. Mamelodi Sundowns still had two defenders. I would understand maybe. Still, it do not really make sense because it's not a foul to begin with. It's not a foul. It is a clear tackle. It is a clean tackle. It's not a foul. The fact that like, oh man, now we're not gonna have Tebo Mukwena against Orlando Pirates. How is the thing is you can see the ball changing the direction. The ball changed the direction, which means that like he had a contact with the ball. Common sense. Like you can see where the ball is going. After the tackle, you saw the ball changing the direction. This guy, Awongile Tom, man, we need some serious. This guy needs to be investigated. I'm sorry, he needs to be investigated because again, the lineman is there. The lineman is also there. The ball changed the direction. Look after the tackle. There's the ball. Where's it going? Where's the just, and you say that's a foul. This lineman is also useless, man. He is so useless. What a useless. Oh man, I don't want to swear. I don't want to. But then this Awangile Tom guy, he's never beating the allegations. He will never beat the allegation because this raises eyebrows. Even for any other, let's just say someone just came first time watching the PSL and maybe watching the previous games that Abungile Tom was officiating for Mamelodi Sundowns against Orlando Pirates. It's clear that like this guy is biased. He's not impartial, and we can't have referees like that. Now you're gonna miss Tebo Mokoena in two crucial games for Mamelodi Sundowns. We are vying for the league. We're fighting for the league. But then, how do you fight? This is not a fair fight. This is not a fair fight because, and again, apparently this was the initial yellow card. How is that even a yellow card? Because the siwelele player is the one that fouling Tebo Mokoena, and he just reacted. Bro, it is frustrating, man. It is frustrating because it just seems like there's an agenda for Mamelodi Sundowns not to win this league. Yes, Mamelodi Sundowns, no, we also not doing ourselves any favor because we're not playing well. Our coach needs to honestly, our coach needs to be fired. We're not helping ourselves in that regard. But then the fact that like we also having these referees continue because this is not the first time they do this season. I can remember. I think we were playing against Golden Arrows, where was it Shalulile scored about 2 goals and they were all called off, and those calls were actually very much suspicious. So we this is not a fair contest. It's not a fair fight. Even against Orlando Pirates, we had a penalty. They denied to give us a penalty. So you can see that like there's just an agenda against Mamelodi Sundowns. They just trying not to try and stop Mamelodi Sundowns from winning the ninth on the trot. But the Mamelodi Sundowns management, the board, Klopi Mutsepe, you have to do something about this. We can't continue with this coach. If this coach finishes his term, finishes this season as Mamelodi Sundowns coach, we're not winning the league. We're not winning any cup whatsoever. We're going trophyless. That would be the first time we do that since 2015. Was it 2015? 2015 we won something. First time since 2014. But anyways, what can you say, man? What can you do? It is what it is. Most of you are missing the crux of this scenario. This is not about the tackle itself. It's about the player himself, the reputation he carries. Mugwana is a dirty player, so every 50-50 tackle he makes, the referee feels inclined to judge him harshly. Nah, Tabo Mugwana is not a dirty player. We benefit as Pirates as we move right along. Okay. What's the make this about Orlando Pirates? This is nonsense, Shem. I'm a Chiefs fan, but both yellow cards are not valid at all. First yellow, he was fouled, and second, he got the ball first and cleared it. Exactly. Like I said, the first foul was never a foul. That's the only player he made the contact with with the Umgwen and he reacted. That was never a yellow card. It was never a yellow card. You have to be so willing as an official to be dishing out yellow cards like that. You have to be so willing, and common sense needs to prevail. Common sense has to prevail. So in both incidents, this coach, this ref, this match official did not apply common sense. He did not apply any common sense. What an idiot, man! This Abugila Tom, I honestly, I despise him, man. Like, what an absolutely twat, man. This landman also, he was so close to the action. The fact that like he did not correct Abungile Tom, it really makes you question a lot of things. It really makes you question a lot of things. Nah, man, the league is gone. Unfortunately, the league is so gone. The league is gone, man. How's this a yellow card on Tebumgwen? How's that a yellow card on Tebumgwen? Like how? And then again, the second one, clear tackle, clean tackle. Did not even make any contact with the siwelele player. Did not make any contact whatsoever. But then he found a reason to book him. Oh, so frustrating, man. This is so frustrating. But anyways, it is what it is. Can't be crying over it. It's over. Uh, Pirates are happy without even playing. Oh man, yeah, Orlando Pirates fans are happy, man. Orlando Pirates fans are they're the favorites to win the league, man. They are the favorites to win the league. It's gonna take something. I don't know what's gonna take stop this Orlando Pirates team because they could just continue winning their games. They just continue winning their games, man. I don't even like watching their matches anymore because it's just torture watching the Orlando Pirates play. It's just torture, Nje. Yeah, they should win this league, man. 5 point. They will playing their next game. They will win that game easily, and they will have 5 points cushion. They don't play the CAF Champions League. They are on course of winning treble. They can win treble again because I predict that Orlando Pirates will win this Saturday. They should be able to beat Marumo Gallants with ease. That would be two trophies already, and then they are the favorites to win the league. They will definitely win the league. Easy. They will win the league. They don't play in the CAF Champions League. They don't play in the CAF Confederations Cup. They have a big squad. They will win that with ease, and from there they can try and win quadruple because they have the team to win the Nedbank Cup. And one thing that we've seen about Orlando Pirates team that like they do very well in cup competitions. The only thing that they've been struggling in is the league. They struggle in the league, but then with the way Mamelodi Sundowns playing and with the way they are playing, they it seems like they've gotten their house in order and they will actually go on all the way and win this league, which is just going to be very hard thing, man, to take. I hope Kaizer Chiefs, because I think they are yet to play Kaizer Chiefs. I hope Kaizer Chiefs do something. I hope that Kaizer Chiefs can get something against Orlando Pirates. I'll be supporting Kaizer Chiefs like full throttle. Wanna be behind Kaizer Chiefs on that day when they play Orlando Pirates because yeah, I just cannot support this Orlando Pirates team. I can't stand them and oh man. Yeah, these are difficult times, man. The fact that like we made this situation for like we literally made this bed for ourselves. There was no reason to fire Rulan Mukwege. No reason whatsoever. There was no need to do that. The team was on autopilot, playing very well, scoring against any team. Almost went the whole season unbeaten. We were almost invincibles until we lost that game against Cape Town City. We were breaking records. That team was breaking records. And the fact that like we had a team that was so perfect, the squad was so balanced, the team morale was good, the squad was happy, everyone was happy, and we disturbed it. We literally disturbed it unprovoked. Got rid of Rulan Mukwena and roped in this guy, bold guy barking Michael Cardoso. Now you've disturbed the team. The team is just like in no man's land. The team is just like it's just playing. There's no cohesive in the team. There's no cohesive in the team. We're not creative enough. We're not playing well. We can hardly score 2 goals against any team. Normally, we score 3, 4 goals even against Orlando Pirates. Score 6 goals against Orlando Pirates. Beat Kaizer Chiefs 5-2. Was it 5-2? Yeah, at FNB Stadium. We were dominating teams. We were putting teams away with ease. These small teams, siwelele, we used to put 4, 5 goals against such teams. We used to molest the teams, guys. I'm sorry for using that word. We used to beat teams for fun. We would suffocate any team, control the game, create chances, score goals, keep clean sheets, win the league by maximum points. That's what we used to do. That's what we used to do. Play well, whether we're playing home or away. Dominate oppositions. Don't even not even dropping points. Forget drawing away. We used to get maximum results away. Playing with conviction and identity. Even when we rotate players, any player that comes on, they know that like, man, this I'm getting an opportunity here. I need to ensure that the coach trusts me in the next game. I need to show that like I deserve to be in the team. Even when we were buying players from outside of the country, when we were scouting, our scout network was amazing. We brought players like Lucas Ribeiro because of Rulani. Right now, we brought in Resino. Come on, do me a favor, man. We brought in Nuno Santos. Do me a favor. We brought in Allende. Those are the type of players that we used to buy. Lucas Ribeiro, Escaval. You can't tell me that Escaval is not better player than Resino. You can't tell me that. So that's the situation that Mamelodi Sundowns find itself in, ladies and gentlemen. Spending the top, this kind of reminds me of the time. Was it pre 2010? It was post 2010 and post 2010 during remember when we it was before 2010 when we brought in Bezuma, Sibusiso Zuma, OJ Mabizela, all these top players from overseas, all these top players, and we struggled. We struggled with all those big names. I'm actually here. That was the most traumatizing period as a Mamelodi Sundowns fan. We struggled so much. The first season that Mamelodi Sundowns played with Nike, we struggled so much in that season. Despite having all those top players, despite having those big name players, we struggled. And again, after 2010, during John Neskin's time at Mamelodi Sundowns, yes, we're playing. Look, the football that we're playing under John Neskin at the beginning of this, at the beginning of Tenet Mamelodi Sundowns was beautiful, amazing, beautiful football. He was unlucky not to win a cup in his first season, but then it kind of like the longer he went as Mamelodi Sundowns fan, you could see that like okay, as much as like he was dominating the position, having a majority of the ball, but then we were not lethal at the end in the in front. Kopele, we were not lethal enough. Kopele, we were not winning games. We were struggling. We could not score goals. Remember losing the final, the Telkom knockout final against Bluefontaine Celtic in Durban in a goal that like did not even cross the line. In the final, we could not score a goal. Right now, it's like we're going back there again. I, after having brought in Nuno Santos, Resinho, is it Leshaba, the one that we got from the MLS? These three players they cost money, but then have you seen their impact in the team? Have you seen their impact in the team? There's no impact. Yes, like people always they talk about the goal that Nuno Santos do, the goal that Nuno Santos scored. But then for me, Nuno Santos is not. Look, man, it's not. We use him as a number 10, but then the way I see him, he's more like of a midfielder. He could pass a test as a midfielder. He could pass a test as a deep lying midfielder. I don't think he has the pass and the vision that Tambazon has. I don't think so. And the fact that like now Tambazon is going to find himself on the bench because of Nuno Santos, that does not sit well with me. That does not sit well with me. I think Nuno Santos, we can also be playing Nuno Santos and Resino at the same time. One needs to start. If not, both of them needs to be on the bench and be gradually introduced into the team. Not just like force them into the in the team. They are not effective. They are not effective, especially Resino more than Nuno Santos. Resino is just not effective in this team. And then now the coach, like he feels like he needs to play them. He feels that he needs to play them because he bought them and they are his fellow countrymen. He needs to show loyalty to them. At the expense of what? At the expense of the team's performance? That's not good enough. That does not sound right to me. The team's not playing well with them in the field. That means they need to be sacrificed. They need to be on the bench. Touching Matthews, he needs to be sacrificed. He needs to be on the bench. Ikram Renas, I feel bad for Ikram Renas, man, because I like Ikram Renas. I think he's a good player, but I can't even blame him because the team is not creative enough. We're not creating enough chances for Ikram Renas. Yes, he can fight, he can run, he can do all those things, but what can he do if he's a striker? He needs to be on the field. on the end of of moves that were created by the midfielders and his wingers. How what is he supposed to do? He had a graveyard shift, no creativity, no final passes for him in the final third. No one is providing him with those passes that like Lucas Ribeiro used to do. No one is providing him with those passes that Tambazwane would normally do. Now he finds himself isolated, Kopeli. There's no creativity. That's the football that like Mikel Cardoso is saving us. That's what we are being served by Mikel Cardoso. The guy needs to leave, man. The guy needs to leave. He has to leave. I'm sick and tired of him, man. Oh, how to stop supporting Chiefs? You don't waste time, Hosi. The next Mamelodi Sundowns games we have Obit should be able. Bro, we have to beat Obit. We have to put five. We have to put five. The fact that like they lost 3-0 against is it Dependent City or Richards Bay? The fact that like they conceded 3 goals against Richards Bay, if not Dependent City, at home. We have to put five. We have to score five against this OB team. And then we have Orlando Pirates, and then we have Amazulu, we have Sikuku, we have Golden Arrows. How many points can you possibly see Mamelodi Sundowns getting out of those games? Maybe 3 points against Obit. Pirates away, I think that would be a draw. 4 points. Amazulu away, I can see us drawing against Amazulu. That would be 5 points. And then Sikukun and Golden Arrows away, we can beat those teams at home. I mean, we're playing them at home. So I think possibly 11 points. And that is me pushing it. That is me pushing it. Like, realistically, I can see us getting less than 10 points, if I'm being honest, because Pirates away, Pirates can beat us away. If we lose against Pirates away, and then that takes my 9 predicted points to, I mean, my 11 predicted points to 10 points. I can see Sikukun and Amazulu getting a draw out of us with the way we are playing currently. That will take that tally to 8 points. So you're looking at realistically, you're looking at 8 points out of 5 games. At that time, Orlando Pirates will be just winning their games because with the way they're playing, they will possibly win their next 5 games, and that includes Mamelodi Sundowns in that 5 games that they'll be playing. That includes Mamelodi Sundowns. So if you're really being honest, and we're actually honest, we're not using our feelings, the league is gone, and I think we should just focus on trying to win the Nedbank Cup, which is going to be very much difficult, and try to. I mean, I'm not gonna say it. I was about to say try and win the CAF Champions League. It's not gonna happen. It's just never gonna. It's just not gonna happen. It's not. Anyways, let me end this, man. Let me end this. Split. Split. All right. Click on that tab and select it.